Good morning and welcome to your virtual assembly designed to give you all the information you need to know about your mid-year assessments coming up in January. Before we begin, let's see how well your brains are working this morning. On the screen there are 10 icons. Memorize these items and on the next slide 2 will be missing. Can you identify the missing items? Let's see how you got on. The missing items are the bath and the balloons. Second time lucky, let's give it another go. Have a look at the screen, the same 10 items are back. On the next slide, 2 different items will be missing. Can you identify the missing items this time? And if you've identified that the avocado and the ant are missing, you would be correct. Well done. How about a quiz question? The question on your screen says, only 2 countries in the world have the letter X in their name. Can you name them? Your tutor will give you some time to think about your answer and then they will tell you if you are right or wrong. How about this one? Who won this year's I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here? Okay, last question, I promise. What is the next prime number after 97? So you're probably wondering, what's with all the random quiz questions in an assembly about your mid-year assessments? Well, the brain is often compared to a muscle because like muscles, it gets stronger and more efficient with regular use and practice. When you challenge your brain by learning new skills, solving problems, revising knowledge, or answering random quiz questions, you strengthen the connections between neurons. This process is similar to how muscles grow and adapt when exercised. Just as physical training builds endurance and strength, mental training builds memory, focus, and problem-solving ability. In short, the more you exercise your brain through learning, the more powerful and resilient it becomes. So why do we have assessments? Well, by the time you sit your mid-year assessments, you would have completed approximately 15 weeks of the school year. That's nearly 300 lessons. Assessments are a great test of your brain strength that you've developed over time. They show you what you've learned, understood, and remembered. So what subjects will you be assessed in? In Year 7, you will sit assessments in Maths, English Reading, English Writing and Science. All of these assessments will be sat in the arena and will take place between January 13th and January 21st. In Year 8, students will sit assessments in Maths, English Reading, English Writing and Science. All assessments will take place in the arena between January 12th and January 19th. Year 9 students will sit assessments in Maths, English Reading, English Writing, Science, History and Geography. All assessments will take place in the arena between January 12th and January 21st. Students in Year 10 will sit assessments in Maths, English Language and Science. All other assessments will be based upon the subjects that you study. All GCSE option subjects will have a written exam. Subjects that are BTECs or that contain coursework elements may not have a formal written exam. Please check your timetable carefully so you're clear on which subjects you will sit assessments for. Most assessments will be in the arena and these will take place between January 12th and January 22nd. Before you begin preparing for your assessments, it's important to have a goal in mind. When you're revising, having a goal makes a huge difference. A goal gives you focus, it helps you decide what's most important to work on, and keeps you motivated when revision feels tough. Instead of just studying everything, a clear target, like improving your grade, mastering a tricky topic, or showing progress from last time, turns your preparation into a plan. It also makes it easier to track how far you've come and gives you a real sense of achievement when you reach it. In short, goals keep you on track, make your revision purposeful, and help you feel proud of your progress. Take some time in your tutor group now to consider what your goal is through these mid-year assessments. For students in Key Stage 3, goals are often around maintaining streams or potentially moving up a stream. I think it's important for you to understand how your stream is allocated. Students in Year 7, 8 and 9 are streamed in 2 blocks, one for Maths and English and another for Science, Geography, History and MFL. Streams are calculated using an average of your ranks across subjects in each block. Look at the example below. This student has ranked number 35 for Maths, number 14 for English, and therefore they have an average rank of 24.5. This would put them in Stream 1. If you look at their Science result, their Geography, History and MFL, you can see that their ranks are slightly different, and their average rank is 35, and this puts them in Stream 2 for their second block. It's important to notice that you can be in 2 different streams, one for your core block and one for what we would call your foundation block. Both are equally as important. So how should you prepare for your assessments? My first top tip is to start early. Begin speaking to your teachers about what your assessment will look like, what topics you should revise, and the best way to revise them. Create a revision timetable. Dedicate time to revising on particular days for particular subjects. Practice assessment papers. There's no point in just reading and writing notes. You need to practice the exact skills that you will need to demonstrate in that assessment. A great place to start your revision is with your home learning. Home learning plays an important role in supporting assessments because it gives you regular practice with the knowledge and skills that you'll be tested on. By completing home learning, you're reinforcing what you've learned in class, spotting areas you don't fully understand, and building confidence in applying ideas independently. This steady practice means that when assessments come around, you're better prepared, not just to recall information, but to show how well you can use it. Home learning is like training sessions that make the big game of assessments feel more manageable. Let's see how the numbers stack up. In Key Stage 3, you are set 3 hours of compulsory homework each week. Over a school year, this equates to 117 hours of additional learning. That's the equivalent of 5 extra school weeks. So completing each of your home learning activities every week puts you 5 weeks ahead of your peers. In Key Stage 4, this number extends to 7 hours a week. That's 273 hours across the year and puts you 12 weeks ahead of your peers who might not be completing their home learning. Home learning is a great place to start your revision and a great way to practice some of the knowledge and skills that you will need for your assessments. You may have previously used flashcards for your revision. Freya flashcards support revision because they go beyond simple memorization and help you understand concepts in depth. Instead of just writing a word and its definition, the Freya model asks you to think about a definition. What does the word actually mean? Key characteristics. What makes it unique? Examples. Situations or cases where that term might apply. And non-examples. Things that look similar but don't fit the concept. By breaking information into these 4 parts, you're actively engaging with the material rather than passively reading. This strengthens memory, builds connections between ideas, and makes it easier to recall and apply knowledge in assessments. Mind maps are another great revision tool. Mind maps support revision because they help you to see the bigger picture and make connections between ideas. Instead of writing notes in long lists, a mind map places the main topic in the center and branches out into key points, examples, and details. This structure is useful because it shows how topics link together, making complex information easier to understand. The use of colors, images, and keywords helps your brain recall information more effectively. You're encouraged to summarize rather than copy notes, which keeps revision active and purposeful. And it's a flexible way to revise. You can add new branches as you learn, making it a living document that grows with your understanding. Finally, the best way to prepare for your assessments is to use practice questions and past papers. These support revision because they help you to apply what you've learned, rather than just rereading notes or recalling facts. By tackling questions, you test your understanding, identify areas you're confident in, and spot topics that need more work. They also strengthen your memory. Recalling information under exam conditions makes it stick more effectively. You get used to the style of questions and how to structure your answers. Using past papers and timing yourself can also improve your time management. Practicing helps you to pace yourself for the real assessments. The more familiar you are with questions, the less daunting the exams will feel. If you're worried about any aspect of your mid-year assessments, please speak to your teachers. They can support you and your revision by guiding you towards effective strategies, structure and practice in lessons, and creating a supportive environment to help you get through this process. Your timetable of exams will be available on Arbor, and a letter has gone home to your parents today, but it's important you know what to do on the day of each assessment. Firstly, arrive to school with plenty of time to organise your thoughts and your equipment. There is nothing worse than panicking and rushing on the morning of an exam. Ensure you know what subject assessments you have each day and what time they are, as well as where you're sitting. Seating plans will be available and your tutors will be able to support you each morning with working out where you will sit. Make your way to the canopy for a line-up before each arena assessment. This is important so you can receive important last-minute messages before going in to sit your assessment. Your director of year or head of year will blow a whistle. This signals that you are now in exam conditions. If you're seen talking, communicating, you'll be sent to the study room. Enter the arena in silence, find your seat quickly, and then ensure you're working for the full duration of the assessment. This is your time to shine. Thank you for listening, and I hope that's been really useful for you. If you have any questions, please speak to your tutor, myself, your director of year, your head of year, or your classroom teachers. All of us will be more than happy to help you.